is the Wolf Covert Multi-Reticle Red Dot from CV Life, and we're going to find out if this is a decent RMR style optic or simply an airsoft replica of one. Alright, let's start by seeing what you get in the box, but instead of a tedious unboxing video, let's just see what you get in the box. There you go. Moving on. This is the CV Life Wolf Covert Multi-Reticle Mini Red Dot, and like many RMR or Micro Red Dot style optics, this is pretty small. As the category implies, it is less than 2 inches long and less than an inch and a half wide, and they are designed to ride on top of a pistol slide, or in this case, you can mount it onto a rifle, carbine, firearm of your choice, or you could piggyback it on an optic with the appropriate adapter. And this one actually comes with a Picatinny adapter, so it gives you a lot of flexibility. It is made with an RMR cut. Those are the 2 screws there. You can unscrew that, take off this plate, and swap it out for an MOS adapter plate if you want to mount this onto a Glock directly. So it does have a bit more options in terms of right out of the box what you can mount it on. One of the other key features I liked about this is, one, it has shake awake, or actually that's a brand term or trademark, so it has motion activated activation, so that any movement causes it to turn on, and it has a rated 50,000 hour maximum battery runtime, depending on the battery, of course. And another benefit is that it has a top load battery, so you don't have to take the unit off, where older RMRs you had to take the battery was compartment was below the base plate, so you had to actually take off the unit and replace the battery, and that of course necessitated re-zeroing out the unit to get the most accuracy. So this one, you can just take a Allen key and unscrew this cap and drop in a new 1632 coin battery. And 1632s are slightly smaller than 2032, so just make sure that if you're buying extra batteries, they are 1632. And it did come with 2 of them. And it has 2 buttons to change the brightness of your reticle, and the big benefit of this particular model is that it has multi-reticle. You have a choice between a dot, a circle with crosshairs, or a circle dot. And the benefit of that is not just the fact that you may have a preference over one type of reticle over another, but for those of us with astigmatism, a single dot can often look smudged or blurred because of our eyes. So having a circle or a circle dot actually looks a lot clearer than just a single dot itself. So that can help you if you have astigmatism and have a hard time using a regular red dot. Now, to adjust your zero, you just use a flat screwdriver, a small one, and it does come with a mini screwdriver Allen wrench here, so you can adjust your elevation and windage, and each click is 1 MOA, so that's about 1 inch and 100 yards. And the adjustments are pretty tactile positive for something this small. I mean, it's not super tactile positive, but at least I can feel. And you can hear little light clicks. So both visually, audibly, and tactilely, as I think that's the appropriate term, you can sense and feel and hear your adjustments. So that's good. And the fact that you can just use a simple screwdriver to affect your changes without any specialized tool is much appreciated. In terms of brightness, you can adjust it. It has 9 different settings from low up to high, and both an up and down button, and it will turn off approximately about 4 or 5 minutes without any movement to conserve battery life. Before we get into the test, I'd like to take a quick break here and talk about this episode's sponsor, Aura. You've seen the news with those massive security breaches at those big companies that have compromised mine and probably your data. And that's why it's important to have personal digital security. And that's why I use Aura. For the price of a typical VPN, not only am I getting VPN service, but I'm getting spam blockers, junk mail blockers. In fact, they're removing my name from those damn broker lists. And they offer a comprehensive suite of services, including fraud alerts, scam alerts, and credit monitoring. Try it out yourself for free. Go to aura.com/moondog and sign up for a 14-day free trial, no commitments, and you're helping support this channel. You know, identity fraud is a real thing, and with AI, it's all too easy to spoof your identity. That's why you should try out Aura. Alright, let's get back to the tests. I took the pistol and the Wolf Covert to the range and ran through a box of Winchester 9mm. By the way, I used a laser bore sighter to roughly sight in the red dot so that by the time I got to the range, I was only a few clicks off. And then for the rest of the night, I was easily able to get within the 6-inch bullseye at 20 yards consistently. And yes, I can say that the CV Life Wolf Covert held 0. Oh, and here's a little bonus footage of a hot shell landing on my neck. The Wolf Covert multi-reticle red dot. It certainly lives up to its name. I can change the reticle from a dot to a circle sunburst reticle to a circle and dot. Now, you could just buy an RMR with that specific kind of reticle, depending on your preference in reticle, but I like the fact that I can change it for, well, my own specific use case. For general purpose, I prefer having the circle sunburst reticle for fast target acquisition, and I can bracket my targets with reasonable accuracy. But when I go to a bullseye precision match, I like having this small MOA dot instead. And I like the fact that I don't have to buy 2 separate RMRs and then swap them out on my pistol depending on which match I'm at and then have to re-zero them every time. So yeah, that's a specific use case though. Why would you be interested in an RMR that you could change your reticle? Let me know in the comments section. Now, in terms of its performance, it checked all the boxes for me. It has a shake activation feature and it also an auto off, and I've certainly had to deal with older budget RMRs that I have to manually turn off, and of course everybody forgets to turn it off and you end up with a dead battery. This one has a 50,000 hour battery life. Now, I wasn't able to test that because it's like 5 years. But check back with me in 5 years, and I'll let you know if this actually did have a 5-year runtime. But I'm willing to give it a fair shake on that. Pardon the pun. I did notice that it did have a bit of a sticky elevation adjustment when I was zeroing it out for the first time. When I was turning it a couple of times, it seemed like the reticle didn't move, but when I gave it 2 more clicks, it jumped to the position where it should have been given the number of clicks I gave it. Now that is somewhat indicative of a budget RMR in terms of that kind of performance. But RMRs, red dots in general, are really a set and forget kind of aiming device, because as long as you have it set to where it does 0 for your particular firearm, you're not going to be adjusting it. You just want it to keep 0. And certainly over the box and a half of Winchester White Box that I ran through this, it held 0. Now, it's not like I'm ammo sponsored and can run through 5,000 rounds of ammo to tell you if it'll hold 0 after all that time. But yeah, this does have a 3-year warranty, so if I come up with any issues in that time, I will certainly be returning this and exchanging it for another one. Now, 3 years is actually pretty decent because let me point out that Trigicon, which is way more expensive, only has a 5-year warranty on their red dots. So I think that's a fair amount of coverage for what is a very affordable red dot. And if you're interested in picking one up, I'll include product links as well as any discount codes I happen to come across in my full write-up at moondogindustries.com. Check out that article, use those links, and help support this channel. And of course, you could always help support the channel by simply hitting the like button. The fact you're still watching at this point is probably indicative that you like this video, so hit that like button. And consider subscribing to my channel if you aren't already a subscriber. And hit that bell icon. Thanks for watching, and I want to thank CV Life for sending this out for me to test and evaluate. You be safe out there. Moondog, out. Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.